So hi, my name is Nyal. I go to the College of St. Scholastica and I'm a nursing major. Yes, my research project was on the enzyme of skeletal plasticity in C2, C12 mouse skeletal cells. So essentially what I was doing was just checking and seeing how temperature affects enzymes and how it changed or affected the plasticity, so the movement in cells. Well, being a nursing major, I kind of wanted something that would tie into the nursing or the human body realm, so I wanted to do it on enzymes just because our human body has enzymes and temperature affects it greatly. So I wanted to see and connect it really into maybe working out or working in hot weathers, cold weathers, and just seeing how it affected, just tying me back to that. At the very beginning, I connected with my faculty member and we started off the summer just by first gathering the research that we needed to conduct our experiments. So just looking into the literature, diving in really and finding more information about it, just so that we can see what has already been done, maybe what to test, what not to do, and just some pointers in directing us for our study. And then after that, we started with getting the cells ready. We started the summer by really diving into the literature and creating and just gathering all the information we could just to see what's already been done, what maybe we should try, what not to try, and just really getting more information about this topic. And then after that, we started with just creating and pretty much raising our cells because we did an incubator. And what we did is we had a control and a non-control group, and we just fed it for the first, I want to say, about 3 weeks just to get the cells ready for getting the temperature on it. But at first when we were getting it ready, we had our control group and then our experiment group, which had caffeine on it, and we put caffeine on it just to replicate an exercise or the movement of cells that we would find in our own body. And then after that, after all of the cells were incubated and pretty much grown and ready for what they would in adult maturity, we started testing it on heat, which we moved upstairs, and just there was a machine that we were able to put in a configurator and just change the temperature ranges on there and see how it looked. Finally, after we completed all of that and got our data, we were able to analyze and look and see if there was any changes and how it affected it. At the end, we saw that there was, with our uncontrolled group, that at a lower threshold, that there was more activities in the enzyme levels. So what this really taught us was how more of if you're doing an anaerobic exercise, so more of those heavy lifting, sprinting, and exerting exercises, just having a lower threshold is better than it would be at a higher threshold. And just further looking at to see where that limit is when it comes to a temperature threshold and the effects of that. I did mine with Dr. Amber Slater, and I connected with her because she was my A&P professor the last semester during my sophomore year. So I really wanted to chat with her and just see if she was doing any research project that summer, and unfortunately she was, so I was very excited for that. And after, I was just could I work with you? Could we maybe do something this summer? And she is such a sweetheart, and she was absolutely, she loved the idea. So we connected, and what I thought it was going to be more was me helping her with her research, kinda. But what I really loved about Amber is she was well, yes, I am creating my research, but what do you want from it? And she was asking me how I wanted my research to be and looking at things that I was interested in and how we could change what we were already doing and make it more effective and on my realm. Because during my research we had pretty much, it was 3 projects going on at the same time. So we were a cohort of about 4 or 5 of us, and there was 2 other experiments going on, and one of them was the effects that caffeine had on the cells, and then another one was the effects that alcohol had on the cells. So essentially we were growing and incubating the cells together, and then towards the end is when we each did our own effects to the cells. So it was also great just to work with that cohort and Amber, and we really got close over the summer, and just it was a little small community that we had, so I really enjoyed it. With At the start of it, like I said, we were going into literature and finding our research and our topics for it. And what really helped in that is in my nursing class and all my other classes, I've had assignments where I also had to dig into the literature and really find those high quality articles and journals. And doing that over the summer helped me find what to look for when I'm looking for high quality and the research articles that I know I should find versus the ones that probably don't have the most support and data behind it. So that was very helpful in that aspect, but it also got me to really use my critical and analytical thinking, just getting my mind to process, and with me not doing biology so much when it comes to, because usually my nursing biology is different from the chemical and enzyme aspect of it. So it was really nice just being able to get that side of my brain working again and looking at it from a different point of view. And then finally, I was able to build my communication skills, because not only did I communicate with the people in my group, so the 5 of us in our little cohort, but then I also talked with our McNair group, and then I got to share my research here on campus, which was really nice, and then got to go to Miami and continue and share it with other McNair peers. So it was really nice just really honing in that communication skill, building it, and then getting to share my experience. So with nursing, for about a few years, I'll probably just be working in my RN aspect, but I do want to go back to school and go into being either family or pediatric nurse practitioner. So continuing that education and getting my doctorate will be very beneficial, because I will be already doing more research in that aspect, and then I can maybe find research in the specific nursing department, or just looking at other effects on the human body and other, with research it just can go anywhere. So I'm really excited for that.